So here we go. Cloudy Quinn stated, I'm unsubscribing. The whole population of people in this world and this channel always manages to pull out the few worst examples of the black community to put on display. Has following this channel done anything positive for the overall racial esteem of black people? Could just as easily promote endless examples of beautiful black couples, black love, and black excellence, but does this instead. These videos are harmful on the mind of anyone black, male, or female, and does nothing but heighten tension and animosity within the community. Very unneeded and completely unhealthy. I'm done poisoning my mind with the negativity, and I will continue to love myself and my race regardless of what anybody else is doing. This is how I know that people not even black. For you to try to, in a sense, roll up and try to, state that difference, like, well, I'm blacker than this YouTuber due to the fact that I love my race and I only care to see the positive and the greatness and the goodness. And, I don't want to focus on anything negative versus this YouTuber who quote unquote claims that he's black, but all he does is realistically put up all this negative news and negative relationships and negative this and negative that about black people and the black community. Shut your dumb ass up. And just on the off chance that you may be black, I have a brother here, family, right, who is also a part of the channel as well, who I've done some videos with before. Some of you who are been on this channel long enough, you've seen those videos, and you've also seen him during some live streams. This is Officer Haku. This is one of the many channels that he has created, and he created a black positive channel, right? Where, you see like married couples dancing, you got the kids up there and different things of that nature. Look how many subscribers are directly up there, 181, right? Yeah, yeah. And you see how many videos are down there, right? That's because it got to the point where the brother was like, you know what? This really ain't working. People ain't really looking for, positivity. People not really, flocking this. People really not seeking it out. And he's 100% right because they're not. I've stated this on my platform 9 times out of 10, hundreds of times before. And I've even myself put up some videos, but yet you got people like this who state that they are a quote unquote subscriber, never heard of or seen of you ever before in my life. But yeah, you've quote unquote been here. And yet, just like the others, you come here making baseless claims and you want to state something that is so horribly untrue. But yet again, you wanted to state that, oh well, what about the content is actually positive, for black people. What is it actually doing for black people? The main thing I've told people before is that if you can't find something here, right, because this is not technically in a sense an all-in-one channel, you can clearly go to other black platforms, other black channels, other black YouTubers, and find that content of what you crave. But yet here we are, right? Here we are, and I have to showcase yet again another black YouTuber and showcase the fact that whatever people are stating that they're looking for, they're not actually looking for, because if they would have found it, they would have found it, and they would have shut the fuck up and not made a dumbass comment like this. All right, so oddly enough, when I happen to check the history, um, I seem to find that you really haven't been here all that long at all. This is the one beautiful thing I love about being able to check. These are all of your comments that you have left from 4 days ago, right? Specifically, quite a few of those comments underneath one video, right? So the first comment, right, had to do with a video that I did about a brother telling his story about his younger siblings listening to rap at the house, and how he was basically trying to straighten out the whole thing and making sure that that wasn't a thing, right? You said, I agree with why the man is upset. I understand music is spells, music is powerful. Trips me out that someone can just listen to some lyrics and go act it out, though. Are we less powerful than music? Right? Right? No problem with that comment. No problem. Later he stated, a fast black woman does not and will not ever represent black women in general. This woman can be criticized. Black women in general should not be criticized because of this woman. Next. Other races work on their problems mostly in private, whereas black people publicly blast any bad black person in front of the rest of the world. The whole race looks like clowns and embarrasses the whole community, men and women, and causes an unnecessary divide. This black woman doesn't represent the rest of black women in the community, and neither does any one story of a black man represent the rest of black men. Stop letting isolated cases affect your perspective of the whole rest of your race. That's a very weak mind. Next, the black community would benefit greatly if one side would stop using isolated cases to publicly humiliate the entire other side of their race. This is not only mentally abusive for both sides, but also this is one main reason why black people in general are the least respected. Now, see, when people decide to say certain words when they're typing to you, when they're like, "Oh, your race" and all these other types of things, it's starting to look a little bit suspect. And then on top of that, ultra telling was the fact that you decided that you wanted to ultrally comment repeatedly on the exact same video, letting it be known that you did not like my critiquing or criticizing or the way that I speak in general when it comes to the black community. Doesn't matter if it's elders, doesn't matter if it's kids, don't matter if it's black women, don't matter if it's black men. Yeah, you're just like, hey, you just shouldn't be doing that in general. Just keep it to an individual on individual basis, right? But the problem that I have with an individual type of basis is that this is what helped to put the black community where it is in general, because a lot of people feel that due to the fact that they are an individual and have their individual problems, that they're not going to worry about anything else that is concerning to anybody else, even if it's right next door to them. So basically, if a neighbor's house is on fire, they're like, you know what, that neighbor's house on fire has nothing to do with mine. I'm just going to worry about it when it reaches my home. If it doesn't reach my home, I'm not going to care the fact that my neighbor's house is on fire, and that after that fire is basically all said and done, that there are going to be charred remains, that there is going to be vacant housing, that there is going to be a vacant lot dwelling, that other people are going to decide to come in and do, untold things in, which is further going to bring down the property value and the look on the street, and is going to further, in a sense, leave a black eye, right, on all of the homes that are there, right? Because if one home is basically jacked, that devalues all the rest of the homes that are there, meaning that as that keeps going, is going to spread. And then if nobody lives in that first home, which started the chain reaction, then the second and the third home, nobody's going to live in, right? And then that's going to further cause problems. Like I said before, if you look at it from a housing market point of view and how neighborhoods basically work and houses basically work and things such as uh, trash or vacant lots, unkept yards, if you look at it from that perspective, you'll understand how value works. And that's, in a sense, the same thing that I'm stating for black people. Everybody has their initial value. It is up to you if you want to keep that standard value, or if you want to lower that value, or if you want to do a little bit more, which is going to take more time, money, and effort. But in the long run, you're going to increase your value. Like I said, there are three roads that you can clearly walk if you want to. And my perspective is that I'm trying to have black people work on themselves so they can get the most value out of themselves. So like I said, there's a lot of small minds out here, and I completely understand that they don't understand that type of logic because they're really not there in that perspective yet. So people are going to get caught up and frustrated on the level one, right? Which is basically the words that I use. So, like I said, it is what it is. If that is the barrier that basically stops people from trying to comprehend and understand what it is that I'm saying, in the trajectory of where a lot of my videos are going, then so be it. So be it. It just wasn't meant for them, just like it's not meant for you, for the very same reason that you wanted to come here and complain and let me know that, hey, I'm going to unsubscribe to your platform. Now, I don't want people to get things pretty much confused. I'm pretty sure some people are going to roll up like, why would you give this much time to spend this much time on people? There are more important people. There are trolls, and rightfully so. But, I do this because just like the person spotted, they were like, hey, well, just this one individual doesn't account for everybody else. Okay, and we're going to take that into perspective here. Just like this one person doesn't account for everybody else, but they are a representative of a larger, untold number of people who congregate on a multitude of platforms. And, some of these people are actually from other platforms that I've, in a sense, been on. So you got the first channel, you got the IG, and you have the Facebook page as well. And I think maybe some other places. So, like I said before, this isn't a video just solely dedicated to this person. This person is just, I'm making them the face. I'm making them the spokesperson. Because, like I said, every once in a while, like I've shown you guys before, you always have these individuals. Whenever I start really doing videos, they'll magically show up like, oh, I'm unsubscribing under one specific video. Mind you, I put out, let me see, what, 3 to 4, in some cases, 3 to 4 videos a day. So for these people here to magically skip a whole host, 20 plus videos, and just magically come to this part, but like, yo, I'm unsubscribing. How many of you other guys here, like they're just sitting in front of a crowd, how many of you other guys here feel the way that I do, and you guys want to unsubscribe as well? What do you think you're doing? Causing an uprising? What are you doing? What are you doing? You know what? Usually when people want to cause an uprising and different things of that nature, they want to dethrone somebody. They want to, in a sense, take the king's seat. You can't take a seat that I created. So it's like, good luck for that. But nice try though. But good luck on that one. Because like I said before, you ain't gonna take anything that I created. You can't take a title that I created either. So, like I keep telling people, instead of rolling up and trying to critique me and complain about what it is that I'm doing, you got the whole internet to venture on and create a multitude of platforms if you want to. The problem with you and many other people is that it's so easy for you to just have a voice and complain versus actually sitting down, shutting the fuck up, and actually putting in some work for the first time in your life. Because a lot of y'all that like to criticize can't actually take that same criticism back. And I'm not just talking about online. I'm talking about if a person that you criticize was to actually criticize your whole life directly in front of your face. You wouldn't be able to actually take that at face value. You wouldn't be able to actually digest that and just look at it and just sit there and sift through everything and actually think and focus on, what, this person might be right. I need to actually fix some stuff. Because 9 times out of 10, a lot of people don't like being criticized, but everybody has an opinion. But the people who have the utmost to harshly criticize on are the main ones that need to do the utmost fixing. And that's usually people in the comment section, just to be honest, because a lot of y'all are not going to sit there and criticize your boss. You're not going to criticize your bank. You're not going to criticize the cops. You're not going to criticize your relationship. You're not going to criticize your children. You're not going to criticize your coworker. You're not going to criticize the main people who have made you the individual that you are at this moment in time. And I'm talking about a messed up individual. You're not going to do that. And furthermore, you really don't even have the energy to sit down and criticize yourself, because 9 times out of 10 people can't take honesty, and that just is what it is. This is why I've always put this out every single time. If you don't like what it is that I make on this channel, go make your own channel, but I bet you won't, because it's hard work, it takes time, and it takes dedication, and that's just all of those things you just don't got. You barely even got willpower. The most willpower that you guys to come here on somebody else's platform and criticize, critique, and that's it. And just log out and log back in and do the exact same thing. But like I told y'all before, if you spend all of that time that you do on my platform critiquing and criticizing me, you spent that on your life, you'll be a much richer individual. But here you are. You will be a lot less of a broken individual, but yet here you are. You would actually have a better relationship with yourself, your family, your kids, or just in life in general, but yet here you are. So it is what it is.